Benji Tabone Grech in real estate, and this is the third vlog. And today I want to ask you a question. Are property prices too high? Okay, so I think we can look at this from two perspectives, an objective view and a subjective view. Let's start with the objective view. As an agent, there are various ways in which we value a property. Now, is this being done? Is this being done right? So there are three methods typically used. There's a comparable study. There is the cost study, meaning the cost of the land, the cost to construct. And there is the income capitalization method. Okay, I think the most common used in Malta is the comparable study. Now, today we are able to justify prices per square meter much more accurately than we were before. This is based on new build. We have the cost of construction, we've got the cost of the land, and we have a rate per square meter. A rate per square meter of internal space and a rate per square meter of external space. Now, I think this is perhaps where some people go a little bit wrong. For an apartment which is seafront, the external space has a lot of value, okay, also depending on the size and so on. So we apply a different rate per square meter for the terraces on a property that is seafront compared to the terraces of a property that is not seafront. Okay, so the external space has a different rate per square meter compared to the internal space. Are all agents doing this? I would tell you no. Now, who is responsible for setting these prices? And if we're looking at it objectively, I would tell you that in most cases, it is the vendors. The vendors are deciding the price of the properties. They are getting an idea. They are doing their own comparable studies. They are, in some cases, involving architects. Now, whether architects should be involved in the valuations of these properties to put on the market is a completely other topic which we may touch in another video. But at the end of the day, it is the vendors, and there are stories of some agents. I have heard stories recently where agents have gone to see a terraced house, and from 3 or 4 different agencies, the prices have ranged, from 500,000 to 750,000. So who's right? Who's right? Okay, so objectively, I think we need to have more focus in terms of the value of property. So when you are buying or when you are selling, yes, you can do your own comparative study. You can understand the rate per square meter. If you have a house, this is worked out slightly differently, okay, and get a good idea. Now, do we start talking about what the prices are per square meter in the local market compared to the south, the north, the East Harbour area? I mean, the prices vary. We find prices starting at about 1,200 euro per square meter. And in places that are already built, we are achieving prices of 12,000 euros per square meter. Can we justify prices of 25,000 euros per square meter, perhaps in these big tower buildings that are coming up on properties that are still on plan? Well, I think that then becomes a bit of a subjective view. Okay, are we as a country, in terms of the real estate environment, offering the quality of the public space which takes you to the private space to be able to command these prices? Because as soon as we start to step into the 15,000 euro per square meter mark upwards, we're competing with the south of France, we're competing with London, we're competing with Monaco, and so on. So subjectively, what do you think? Are the prices too high, or are they not? Are they going to come down? Are they going to go up? And this is a conversation that I'd like to have with all of you. For me, I think the prices are a good reflection of a healthy market, and if the right price is set for a property to be sold, what we find, it sells very fast, meaning that it goes in the first week. Now, in this healthy market, in this bustling market, something that's very busy, what is happening? When a vendor receives an offer that is very close to the asking price, within the first week the property is on the market, of course they get taken aback. It's a shock. How is it possible that this is happening so fast? Because the price is right. There's a lot of competition out there, and the price is always the most important thing. So we have a saying in real estate, your first offer is always your best offer. In 90% of the cases, this is correct. In other times, on specific properties, perhaps you can achieve a better price. So when the offers in those first 1 to 2 weeks are not accepted, we see the property trail on the market. It remains there. The hype, the interest, the people who are looking for something special that they were able to buy before anybody else, that whole feeling is lost. So then it really boils down to, is the property being marketed at the right value? So there are emotional feelings when it comes to investing in a home, in real estate, and these play really important parts in also the price. People need to feel that when they are buying a home or buying an investment, something that is immovable, they are paying the right price for it. So the valuations are very important. And we move on to, I suppose now, the subjective view of are the prices too high? In some cases, I think we all need to be honest, we would say yes, some property prices are high, but what we can do is analyze the data, see what is going on, and these properties that we regard as being overpriced, how long have they actually been on the market? Okay, and where is the demand? Because a lot is being sold, and a lot is at a good price, and the market demand is very good. And people are buying good properties. Can the quality be better? Something we touched on last time. Yes, for sure. If the quality improves, will the prices go up? Yes, we see this every day. A property that has been converted to a high standard achieves a very good price because people are happy to pay for quality. Okay, so I spoke about other methods of valuations. One I will touch on that we hear a lot of is the income capitalization, the return on investment. When it comes to having an investment in a rental unit, okay, a property that I personally may be renting out, and I am achieving a certain amount of rental income on an annual basis. You have the basic calculation or a more detailed calculation. Basic calculation is taking the gross amount of rental income and capitalizing that at the average rental return value. Now, the NSO published a number a couple of years ago that the average rental return is 4.27%. Today I think investors are looking for a minimum of 5. 6 is always better. But it's got to be 5 net of expenses, and I think that's where the calculation is miscalculated. So when you're looking at an income capitalization value, you should be including the expenses and the running costs of a rental unit. So that is very important. So that's my opinion. Are prices too high? In some cases, yes. Are properties being valued in the appropriate manner? Not always. Okay, who should be doing it? Architects or agents? I would always tell you an agent. I study architecture, and market knowledge is very important. Okay, and that's something that we have that not all not all architects have. What could we do to improve the situation of officially giving a value to a property? We could have better market data from the public registry, and we can have people who specialize like they do in Germany, like they do in the UK, who specialize on valuations, and these people typically are surveyors, which we do not have in Malta. And I think as the market matures, we will begin to see these different professions cropping up and emerging. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.